Well, hey guys, I'm Mike with Desert Rat 2000. Yeah, no kidding. Bong. Yeah. So anyways, one of the trucks, this was down in the down position. That will swing down and sit on the top of the truck as this goes in. Well, it got backed into one day, so you can kind of see what happened here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to get rid of all this. I'm just going to make a pivot up there with some hinges, some heavy hinges, kind of like it was like that. But I got some round stock and some pipe at home, so I'm going to get rid of all of this. Just going to put a piece of angle coming off of the top of this and down and bolt it in there. So anyways, we're going to cut. There she is. Okay guys, got her cut off a little better. Just got her hanging there. This thing's pretty heavy here, so we'll go ahead and start getting a little more of that off of there. Okay guys, she's all removed, so we'll take her home. Gotta do a little grind work right there, clean that up a little bit, and we should be good for going with the new one. Even use those existing holes since they're coming through the back here, and this is pretty good stuff back here, so I'll just drill through, use those same holes home in the ramp. We'll cut that stuff off. So yeah, all right, well, bring you back in a little bit. Well, okay guys, we're starting to take this ramp apart up at the rack there. I cut one of these hinges off here, and I was using a cutoff wheel for quite a bit of it, but it was hard to get the angles. And tell you what, this guy right here, it really pays for itself when you need it for something like this. So I've been getting this guy right on in here. Okay, that's that side with the saw. I got to cut this guy right here off on this line, and then across the top of this side to get it off of that bevel right there, because this has to slip inside of the upright on the rails at the rack. Okay, so we got the inner hinge plate on right here. Show you guys how this side works, how it used to work with this big piece of track out there. See the big track? It's kind of a counterweight. It goes down so far and then kind of just balances out. Here, those holes there were on the back side of that. So what I did is I drilled down through those tabs, so it had from up there, and we put a little some of these guys in here, some shims, so we tighten that down on there. You know, it won't want to crush this. Holes where I just ran my drill bit through to those and made a mark on that plate. So I'm going to take that off now and take it home and drill it out, and then we can start fabbing up the other part of this guy. Inside hinges on this, but I'm going to put a plate out here, a nice straight plate, and weld it to that. All right guys, we're back on the oil rack ramp here. So this piece is the inboard hinge bracket that goes on the rack, and I've got some pipe here and some bar here, and it's a really snug fit. But anyways, what I'm planning on doing is going ahead and putting this pipe up like this, so it's the same height as this, and same over on this one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut all the way around this and just leave a little bit to nip off. Then that way I can get it welded across here, and I know that the bar will be able to be slid in, and I'll make some tacks on this one, and I'll make some tacks on this one, And then I'll come back later and then I'll nip those off where I left it connected at, and that should keep everything all straight. That's my theory anyway. So I'm going to draw a straight line through here, and then I'm going to go to drill some holes through this so I can do some fillet welds on the back side of the hinge, but I won't know where those holes are going to be until I get my for instance, if this piece here starts there and it ends a quarter here, then I know that the fillet welds for the back side of this one will be somewhere in like there and there, and then this piece will be on there, so then those will have to be on this piece. Again, when we get back to wherever this piece is, then it'll be here. I think you guys get what I mean. Okay, so I made my layout here. There's one line coming up center, and then I just quartered this pipe. And so what I'm going to do is bring the cut up and stop short of this on both sides. And then later on I can nip that off to complete the hinge. Got my outside piece of the hinge. Hopefully you can see that. I cut that all the way around and left it right there. So now I can put this with this facing out, and I can make this will be there and this one will be there. So now I'll know to go in and make my fillet holes there. This side is on there as well, like this. Once it's cut, then it'll be independent of each other and it'll be able to rotate. So okay guys, so I got my fillet weld holes right here, and so every other hinge will get that from the back side, and then we can weld her up good on the top or the bottom, and that hopefully will hold good. And this one we'll put on that other piece. Okay guys, so I'm just going to dress this rod up so it's a real tight fit in that pipe. So I'm going to dress this up with a little emery cloth that it never sees on here, just so it slides in that pipe a little easier. On the other ones. Okay guys, that's it. I got this hinge tacked here, every other one up here. The lower hinge is tacked here and here. So I can go ahead and weld that out. I'm going to decide whether I'm going to cut this free. I think I'll go ahead and weld it as it's in a kind of a jig, so it keeps it straight, so that rod will pound in a little easier. All right guys, bring you back in a little bit here. Alright guys, we're doing a little TIG welding on the hinge. Okay guys, here's where I'm going to nip these this pipe down there. Okay guys, so this is the hinge cut through. So that seemed to work pretty good. I tried using the cutoff wheel and I started getting into here a little, so I took out my little buzz saw. So I'll just do a little filling in here. That won't hurt anything. I'm going to come over and weld that anyways to those corners. So, all right. So I'm getting ready here to wrap up the first half of this video. I'll do it in two. So where these hinges don't make contact with each other, I'm putting Zerk fittings in every one of the hinges. So we can grease them up a little. It's a little tough. I can't really get my the part of the tool in there for this tap, so I'm doing it kind of the only way that I can here. All right. You know, just to make sure that we're pumping a little bit inside of there. And then we'll clean her out real good. Just want to make sure that we're actually getting it in there. And yeah, it's going in there. So, well, we're going to call that a wrap, and we'll bring you back for the second part of this video. So I want to let you guys know I appreciate you, and we'll see you on the next one.